And I am back, and if you can hear that noise, it's Freda eating cardboard in the background. Always does it when I'm recording. So this is part 2 of my Hip Kit September layout share. Seriously, Freda? It's what I have to put up with, everyone. She only does it. Look at that evil look in her face. We have a bunch of recycling that we're taking out because I cleaned my craft room up, and she loves to eat it when I'm recording. Don't you, Freddy? Hey? Yes, kisses are better than biting. No more biting. Just quiet. Be quiet like Poppet. Poppet's being a good girl, see? That's Poppet being a good girl. Naughty bunny. Good bunny. Okay, I'm back, and we're just going to have to deal with Freda because she's not budging. So this is part 2 of my September Hip Kit layout share. I made 25 layouts in all. Whoop, whoop. And I didn't have any pattern paper left. I smashed it. So check out part 1 if you haven't seen it down below. So this layout is called Lovely, and for my birthday this year, we had a hipster picnic. I always have a theme to my birthdays. Usually it's a dress up, but this year I decided just to make it pretty. And so we had crochet blankets and picnic tables made out of pallet. I'm sorry about Freda. I'm so sorry. Pallets made out of Freda, I was going to say. Picnic tables made out of pallets, and we made like little rolls and had them in picnic baskets, and it was really cute. So I thought this paper went perfectly with it. I did dull it down with some gesso because it was quite bright. And yeah, I just used some of the embellishments. I love this floral. It just went with the colours so well. And this lovely from the chipboard piece from crepe paper. These little hot pink stickers were on my desk and I wanted to use them, so I think they pop up in almost every layout from here on out. So that's the first one. And I had a landslide problem. I had all of my layouts stacked up, as I do quite naughtily, and they fell off. Luckily the bunnies weren't around, but they fell off and it wasn't pretty, and they've kind of all bent a little bit, some of them more than others. So this one's called Really Pretty, and it's a picture of my sister-in-law and my stepmother-in-law, and it's just, oh, I just love it. I absolutely love this one. I love this part in particular. I don't know what it is. I think it's the little hearts and the flower and the wood, and it's just so pretty. And I'm a sucker for script font, you know that. And then just did a little bit up there just to balance it out, really. So that one is called Really Pretty. Next we have Pretty Fantastic. I obviously really liked the word pretty this month. And this one went a little bit cray-cray, but it's all right. It's not my favourite. The hearts are a bit darker than I would have wished they were, but you know what? That happens. This is just a photo of Aaron and I down. We had a wedding hire delivery down in Sydney, and we had to wait to pick it up. We dropped it off, I think, at about midday, and then waited to pick it up at 1 a.m. So we went for a little wander through Sydney and explored down near the Harbour Bridge. So that's the Harbour Bridge in the background there. And Luna Park is over here, which is our Sydney theme park. Then this one is called, this one went a bit cray-cray random as well. This was at that point in the night where you need to stop scrapping, but instead I kept going. So this one's called, Oh, Where Shall We Adventure Today, My Love? What a lame title. And so I used the distress marker just to do some really bad script font at the top there. And then I tried this. I don't usually do this. I usually do the whole, where's one that's got the whole thing? You know, just a matting around the whole layout. But yeah, this was a bit different, and it kind of threw me off. I've been watching Warner Furstenberg, that's why, but it threw me off because I felt like I couldn't put it up there because this was too empty, and I couldn't put it in the middle because it just was wonky, and I just... So here I used all of those random embellishments that I couldn't find a use for. So quite often on the weekend, Aaron and I go just exploring, you know, hop in the car, go for a drive, see what we can find, cool cafes, or just go for a drive and enjoy looking at new suburbs that we haven't really driven through before, because the Central Coast is quite large, so it takes... We're at the bottom end, not the bottom, but towards the bottom end, closest to Sydney. But it would take, to get to the northern end of the Central Coast, it could take up to like 45 minutes. So it's quite a way. There's a lot of things to explore in between there. So yeah, this was just us being silly in the front garden. And I did some houses because we were at home, and a giraffe, because who doesn't want a giraffe in front of their house? And yeah, this one, not my fave, but it's done. I do like this one though, and it's not, I'm not a vain person, but this photo was there and I really liked the tones that were in the Dear Lizzie rub-ons, and I just wanted to use it. So I think I might give this one to my nan as well, because she wants a photo of me. She wanted a scrapbooked photo of me, so I think this is for Nana as well. So this one is called So Pretty, and I'm not just putting that out there. It's because I really like the pink colour, because it worked with the lilac. And I just used the distress marker to draw some hearts, and then used my water brush to kind of water them out, like watercolour them. And then I used my watercolour paints from my stash to do some of the lilac ones. I argued with these rub-ons for the longest time. They were not being my friend. I think they'd been open for a week, and I don't know if that had to do with it, but they would not rub on. I tried on paper. Actually, under this is when I first tried it out, because I was going to put them on and then do a wash over the top. Did not work at all. Most of them stuck to the paper. So then I decided to put them on a piece of vellum, and under this are all of the ones that didn't work. Couldn't hide that one. And this deer has no butt, but apart from that, they kind of worked out. This was the main one that I wanted, so it got done. And yeah, just a pretty girly layout. And I put dream there because why not, really? Sometimes I get that with like words that are a bit, you know, airy-fairy, like believe and dream and, you know, all those words. And I just have to put them on something, otherwise they won't get used. This next one I love. It's not a photo exactly. This is my favourite band of all time, NERD, and they are like a hip-hop band, and they're amazing. I've seen them 3 times in concert. My first time was when I think I was 15 or 16, and my parents took me because I'm super cool, and none of my friends liked hip hop. So we went, and my mum loves them as well. Pharrell Williams, You Have My Heart Forever. So this, when I was a teenager, my walls used to be plastered with tickets and photos and magazine pictures and everything, and this was one of them. And I recently discovered at my parents' house a box of old photos and basically just a bit of rubbish from my walls, and so I picked through it, picked the bits that were good and threw out a whole lot. But I kept this, and what I did, and I still have my ticket, which I think is really special, because these days, I don't know about you guys, but we go for when we buy tickets for something, we go for the electronic version, so you don't have to pay for extra postage for exactly the same product. So I think that's really special to have like the actual ticket, because we don't get that anymore. We just get a print off piece of paper, which is a bit boring. So, ooh, it's double-sided. So I didn't want to cover up the information about the band, because, you know, in 20 years' time, I might forget about them. No, I won't. I will never forget about them. I will still be rapping to Lap Dance and Rockstar. That's their songs. I won't be doing lap dances in 20 years. I'll be singing about them in 20 years' time when I'm super cool. So I put this Project Life card here and did that. And then I made it so that flipped up with it as well, because the ticket was perforated. and just did fave band down the bottom here. Anytime that they come to Australia, I am so there. And this was the day after my birthday, which made it even more special as well. Next one, I really like this. It's quite simple. It's called Play, Wonder, and Discover. And in all honesty, I had, where is it? Left over from this layout, I had a ton of modelling paste. And so I just smeared it on 2 different pieces of white cardstock, and they became 2 of my favourite layouts. So scraped it on with a palette knife, and I really like this part that you can see like the little speckled bits, and because it's modelling paste, that part's thicker. So I really like that. And yeah, it's a photo of my brother and sister-in-law at one of our local beaches, looking at the rock pools. Laid it with some vellum and doily from my stash as well. Love this one. Next we have another cute minimalistic one from me, and it's called Smile, and I just thought that that was the feature, really. That's the main thing that you look at. And a cute little photo, a little tiny photo of Liam when he was little, bit of journaling. And these birds, I just thought they were cute looking into the photo. I always think about that when I put embellishments on that have eyeballs, which way they're looking. So you can see from the last video I did, where is it? The one of Freda. I made the eyeballs look the same way that she would be looking, and looking at the title as well. It kind of leads your eye there. So I just thought this was cute. It leads it into the photo. And I just laid it on one of the tags from the Amy Tan ephemera pack. And really minimal. This took no time at all. So if you want an easy peasy layout to scrap lift, this is your baby. It took me about, because I did this earlier, so ignoring that, this took about 10 minutes. It was brilliant. Then this one, oh no, it's fallen off. It must have fallen off in the kerfuffle of it. I had a landslide, so some of these might be a bit bent. This is called Those Toomey Boys, and it's a photo of Aaron and his dad and Pop and brothers, some of his brothers, and yeah, it was just, it used up a lot of those blue papers because there are a ton of blue papers in this kit, and I struggled because there was only one pink one and there was a lot of blue, and they were blue, if that makes sense, like this mid-range blue. I'm good with navy and I'm good with really light turquoise. Give me something in the middle, and I do struggle because, if you haven't noticed, I'm not really a boy scrapper. Some people can do the boy scrapbooking so well, and I am not one of them. So I thought this was cute. We went to Bathurst, where they live, for Easter. I'll have to glue that back on. And so I thought it was cute to have that home, and then the little picture of the home, because they've lived in that house, I think, for a very, very long time. So that one's, and I did a bit of script font there because I didn't have enough of these thickers to do those, but I quite like the mixed fonts with those 3, and I think that blue ties in. I just think it's a good middle blue, because this is very dark navy and this is really light blue, and that's kind of in between. Then we have Hello Mr. Squishy Face, and this is a photo of Aaron's brother, and when we were leaving Bathurst he smushed his face up against the car window because I don't think he wanted us to go. So I really like this photo. I think it's hilarious, and the blue went really well with that blue. So I did that same thing, but you know what I did? When I was trying to cut the white cardstock, I accidentally cut off the whole strip of blue that was meant to be here. But it was a good mistake because I ended up liking this colour a whole lot better than having 2 blue borders. So it all worked out in the end. Squishy face. So that was just a very paper heavy, because I was starting to get, this is when, I think I said it in my Mixed Media Monday video, this is when I kept saying to Aaron, okay, I'll do one more layout. And then I'd still have a lot of stuff left over. So I would be like, one more layout. And this was then. So I was trying to use up as much as I could. Then we have another selfie, because I can, and it's called Time to Smile. And I really just wanted to use a whole piece of this, the floral that I had left over. So I couldn't really do a photo like that with this floral paper. So went for a girly one and just used a whole lot of the manufacturing strips. And I love these alphas. These are I don't know what they're actually called, but they go with the Amy Tan Finders Keepers collection. So I'm sure if you Google that, you'll find the actual name of them. So yeah, pretty one, that one. And there's, I am tempted to do some gold mist up there, but I don't know. This is one of my favourites, and I'm really annoyed because it got severely smushed in the great landslide of the September hip kits. And there's all these crinkles here now, which annoys me, but I had to use up the washi tape booklet, and I did. I used up every piece of the washi tape booklet. So proud of myself. This is a photo of Aaron and I from 2008 at the Easter show, which is in Australia. We have the Royal Sydney Royal Easter show, which is huge, and there's show bags and livestock, and there's, you know, livestock competitions and judging and rides, and it's just crazy. If you ever are in Australia, in Sydney over Easter time, I highly recommend going to the Easter show. It's brilliant. It's a big, busy day. Take a lot of money, but it's brilliant. So Aaron and I usually go every, you know, 3 or 4 years. I think we've been 3 times. Yeah, every 3 years or so. So I just used a whole heap of the washi tape, and I didn't overlap it because I wanted those patterns to be really vibrant. This was from the cut apart sheet, some Project Life cards, a whole ton of paper, and the packaging from the... Before I got so really interrupted by my camera, the memory card was full, as it usually is. It's the story of my life. But I've only got 2 layouts to go. Come on, memory card, you can do it. So I think I went through this one. It's cute. And it's a great way to use up some washi tape, because I know we've all got gazillions of rolls just floating around. This would be really fun to do. I think I might scrap lift myself again and do all the one tone of washi tape, so all pinks or blues, or I think that would be really effective as well. And then the final layout, this was when I put together all of the scrap papers that I had left, and they just fell in this like perfect photo mat layering position. And so I decided there was enough time to do one last photo, and it's very simple. Just some layering, used a few of those Project Life cards that I hadn't used, a couple of tags, and it's just a photo of my dad and my mum and dad's dog being silly, as they often are. So this one's just called Life is Better With You. And I just had to do it. I just had to do one more layout. It's very simple, but I got it done. So that's all for my September hip kit. I'm now on to my October one, and I'm excited to get creating and see what I can make with this month. All right, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll quickly show you all of the layouts with some music. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll be back soon. Bye!